Hey everybody, my name is Justin, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to choose a credit card that's right for you and how to use that credit card properly to get the rewards and build your credit score. This is more so a beginner's guide, so if you're somebody who has no knowledge on credit or credit cards, this is the video for you. Or if you're somebody who just needs a refresher or looking for a video to send to somebody else who's trying to get started or needs to learn how to get a credit card, this will also be a helpful video for you. All right, we're going to start on this website called NerdWallet, and if you haven't heard of it before, it's a helpful financial website that helps you compare different financial tools such as credit cards, loans, or bank accounts. While you're on this website, we need to download Credit Karma. It's an app on your phone, and they have a website as well, and we're going to use this app to get a roundabout estimate about what your credit score is. Even if you don't have a credit card, you might have a credit score. Maybe you have student loans, maybe you have an auto loan, or a few different other ways you could have gotten credit without having a credit card. So we need to get that number before we can determine what credit card will be best for you. Okay, now that you have your credit score, now it's time for the fun part, in my opinion, is to explore this website and find what credit card best fits your needs. There's a lot of different filters you can choose up on the top, such as best offers, which is like an introductory offer kind of thing, where you will probably get a certain amount of money back if you spend a certain amount within maybe 3 months. Those are kind of how those intro offers typically work. Balance transfer is really only applicable if you already have a high credit balance and you want to transfer it over to something that has less interest. Low interest is, you probably should ignore that because the goal is to not accrue any interest. We're going to be paying off this credit card every month. Cashback is probably my preferred kind of rewards to get back from the credit card. So typically the two kinds of rewards are cashback and points. A cashback is nice because it's very transparent about how much you could actually make by using the credit card, whereas points, you have to use their own marketplace, and it's not really clear how much a point is worth in terms of dollars, so it's hard to compare against other credit cards. And then we also have travel up here if you do a lot of traveling. Up here, if you're finding that these credit cards are a little bit above what your credit score might be, you can select building credit, or if you're a student, you could select student, and there's also fair credit and business options, but that's not applicable to us. So find the credit card that's within your score that has the best rewards for what you spend your most money on. Usually the different categories are entertainment, which are restaurants or going to sporting events, or we have online shopping. I know I have a card like that. There's also an interesting one, the Discover card I use, that as a rotating, every 3 months it rotates the category and you get 5% back in that category of the month. So there'll be like streaming services or Amazon or the different categories. So take a look at the credit cards, pick one out that you want to apply for that you have a good chance of getting accepted to, because if you don't get accepted to, it'll hurt your credit. Also just applying for the credit card will do a hard credit check, which means that it will be a few points off your credit, but it's something you have to do because it'll benefit you in the long run. All right, now hopefully you've applied for your credit card already, or at least found the credit card that you're going to apply for. What's next? So once you have your credit card and you're looking at the account, these are some things that you need to look out for and do once you start spending money and paying off the credit card. So you're going to have a date when the statement is due. It's going to be a monthly cycle. So for example, maybe it's the first of the month. You're going to use the credit card throughout the month, and then on the first of the month, you're going to have a bill which you need to pay off. Usually you'll probably have the entire next month to pay off the bill. You need to find out those dates and remember them. You can either set up auto pay or maybe just set a reminder on your phone just so you don't forget. Because if you forget, that's going to hurt your credit score a good amount. So on your statement, you're going to have 3 different options when you pay for it. These 3 different options, it's very important to know the difference. So you're going to have the minimum due, which will probably be $25. You're going to have statement balance, and you're going to have current balance. And you're going to have 3 different choices to choose one of these 3. You do not want to select minimum due. The credit card companies are going to make it seem like this is a viable option, but say you spend $100 and the minimum due is $25, you're going to have $75 that stacks onto the next bill. It will accrue interest at a crazy rate, and it will hurt your credit score because you're not paying off the credit card properly. You need to either select statement balance or current balance. So the difference there is The statement balance will be that month prior. So say it's due February 1st and the statement is January 1st to February 1st. That is going to be the statement balance. Your current balance might be higher or lower than that depending on if you paid off your card in the previous month in the middle of the month. So your statement is kind of chopped up. But I would just recommend to keep things easy. Just pay the statement balance. You'll never hurt your credit that way. You'll continuously build it up. And that is the easiest way to not hurt your credit score. Another good thing to know about using your credit card is the factors that build your credit. So I'll go into another video about how to actually build your credit, but in terms of this credit card, so you need to pay it off properly. So like I was mentioning before, make sure you pay off that statement balance before it is due. Another interesting factor, which isn't very obvious and not much talked about, is your credit utilization. So say you have a $1,000 limit on the card. If you go up to that $1,000 limit every month, it's actually not helping you. It's hurting you in a way. For some reason, credit companies, they like to see your utilization low. So you want to, once you're confident in paying it off, so you can get in trouble here if you raise your credit limit and then you're spending out of control and you can't afford to pay it back. So maybe wait a few months before you start doing this tactic, just because you want to make sure that you're paying off your card in full every month. That's more important than anything. Once you're advanced and you're ready to move up to the next level and start building your credit even better, you want to keep this in mind. So credit utilization, you want to keep this around 10 to 20% is what I do. So going back to that $1,000 example, say you have a $1,000 limit every month. You want to keep your spending around $100 to $200. You don't want to even get close to that cap that you're set to because it'll hurt your credit. If you are just spending more, but you can afford to spend more and you're still paying off your credit score or credit card, you could either call up the credit card company or maybe there's an online option that's pretty common you'll see to just raise your credit limit, and it'll probably do it automatically based on your income and probably your previous payments to make sure you are responsible paying it off. So if you need to spend more, bump up that credit limit so you're only in that like 10 to 20% range. And building on that, this is more of an advanced method. So after you're using your credit utilization properly, you're keeping it low, maybe time to stack up and get another credit card. So maybe you have one credit card that pays you well in entertainment. Now you realize you're spending a lot online shopping or Amazon. Maybe you want to get a second card and use that card for your Amazon shopping, and you get 3% there. You get 3% when you use your entertainment card, and you're using your cards properly, getting the most amount of rewards possible. You don't want to do this too much because if you have too many credit cards, that is going to have a negative effect on your score. And also one of the factors on credit is age of credit history. So once you apply for a new card, that's why it's going to go down in the beginning because you're dropping your average age of credit. But in the long run, if you're not looking to buy a house anytime soon or a car or another loan, it's probably a good option. I mean, you don't want to have too many, but maybe 2 to 3 once you know that you're responsible paying off your credit card and now you want to start getting more rewards. The last thing I'm going to suggest is once you have your rewards built up, say you're using a cash rewards card, there's something to keep an eye out for. So this is not going to be available to most cards, but I noticed this on one of my cards. So say you have $100 in rewards and you're ready to redeem it. They'll have an option to probably send you a check or maybe reduce your current statement balance. Another thing that you might see is maybe transferring that to a gift card and you get a little bit extra money. So say you need to go to Best Buy and buy a computer. You have $100 of rewards. You check the credit card rewards marketplace or whatever they call it, and you might get a $110 gift card for only spending $100 in rewards. So, I mean, this is just an extra thing that I happen to notice that, you probably wouldn't normally find if you're just going in to pay your credit card and leave. So explore that option if you have it on your rewards page for your credit card. If not, perfectly fine. I usually end up just putting it towards my statement balance anyway to keep things easy, but it could save you a couple bucks down the road. It's just something to watch out for. So that's about it for this video. I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to have a series of videos coming up on how to build financial knowledge in many different aspects. Like I mentioned, we're going to have a credit building video. So look forward to that in the future. If you enjoyed this, helped you out, leave a like, comment if you have a suggestion on a video, and I'll see you in the next one.